And now at 6, a timeline to breathe life back into Ohio's economy. It's been months since you've been able to go out to eat or get your hair done. But the wait, well, the wait is almost over. You could hear a collective sigh of relief for many people. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Tracy Townsend in for Scott Light.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. Boy, I know when I heard the hair salons were opening, I can't admit I was very excited. Let's get right into the next phase of Ohio's reopening plan. And we're going to start next week on May 15th. Hair salons, barber shops, spas, and nail salons can reopen. That same day, restaurants can start outdoor seating. And on May 21st, dine-in eating starts again at restaurants. So when the services start back up, the question is, what are they going to look like? Well, we can tell you that they are not going to look the same. 10 TV's Glenn McIntyre is live with a look at what's changing at hair salons. Glenn?
Yolanda, for some of us, it's been 2 months or more since we've had a haircut, but this order of policies includes much more than just hair salons. It also includes barbershops, nail salons, day spas, massage therapy, and tanning businesses. When the businesses reopen, clients will be asked to wait in their vehicle until their appointment time. They ask that you not bring multiple people with you, just the person receiving the service, unless the client is a child who requires the presence of a parent or caregiver.
You know, we'll be donning, our professionals will be donning the mask and really asking that the clients and customers come with their face covering or their mask, especially with our services being so personal and so close, delivering that service to that guest. And some facilities and some locations might have, you know, it mandatory.
Now, these businesses will also be required to clean and sanitize between clients. They are regulated by the state and say sanitation standards are something they are very familiar with, but those will be redoubled and reinforced during this time of heightened concern. You can read the complete list of requirements right now on 10tv.com. Reporting live in the Short North, Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
Glenn, thank you. Next Friday, you can go to a restaurant and eat outside. But just like the hair salons, the reopening comes with some new rules. Restaurants and bars need to create a new floor plan to make sure parties can sit far apart from each other or be separated by a wall. You may also have to wait in your car until your table is ready. And something important to note, not all employees in a restaurant will need to wear face masks.
You don't want someone standing over a hot grill wearing a mask. So just understand that these restaurants are complying, but there are some exceptions.
Restaurant owners get to decide if they want their customers to wear masks. There is no timeline yet on when to reopen playgrounds, gyms, BMV offices, or daycare centers. The governor, though, did say he'd have an announcement about child care centers on Monday. We are certainly going to bring you an update on that.
I'm sure parents are eagerly awaiting that announcement. Well, you know, it's been a week of some really big decisions for Governor Mike DeWine and the director of the Ohio Department of Health, Dr. Amy Acton. And one of the big decisions is making $775 million in budget cuts and fighting a bill aimed at Dr. Acton's powers. 10 TV's Kevin Landers asked Governor DeWine and Acton about this challenge, and he joined us now live with...
Good evening. I started to ask the governor today about the tough week he had, considering there were protesters outside Dr. Amy Acton's house, despite the fact that the governor told them not to do it. Yesterday, members of his own party voted to strip Dr. Amy Acton of her powers as a director of health under an amended bill. The governor took issue with my description of a tough week and said it wasn't tough at all. He did, however, want to make clear he was not happy with the legislator trying to take away powers from his health director. He explained the health orders have been highly successful and allowed the state to reopen. He said it simply didn't make sense.
And any bill or any attempt that gets in the way of our ability to protect the people of the state of Ohio is a bill that I will be forced to veto to protect the people of the state of Ohio. So under this bill, if it ever became law, it would be nothing but chaos. And so it's just, I don't quite understand it.
Now, here's why the governor believes that. He said, it doesn't make sense to change the law in the middle of the worst health emergency in 102 years. He says it would limit the state's ability to make quick decisions regarding health orders, and he says lawsuits could be filed to stop an order. Now, under Senate Bill 1, these health orders would be reviewed every 14 days, and it would be up to a group of legislators to decide whether they want to extend that. And the governor says, as he mentioned, he would veto it if it ever got to his desk. We are told by the Senate there is no timeline at this point for them to take up that bill. Reporting live from the State House, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Now let's turn to 10 Investigates and an update on a raid of Bickford of Worthington. That's the assisted living and memory care facility. On Tuesday, the Ohio Attorney General served a search warrant there after getting a COVID-19 related complaint. A source.
Bickford never interfered or gotten away with coronavirus testing, nor have they tried to intentionally, recklessly, or negligently conceal any coronavirus. The reason they've got low numbers is because they have not stuck their head in the sand.
Protective equipment was unavailable for employees.
Well, here's some good news. More testing is opening up here in Central Ohio. A COVID-19 drive-through testing site will be opened on Friday outside of 4 Walmart locations. The addresses will be listed on your screen. Now, the tests are prioritized for first responders, healthcare providers, and people with COVID-19 symptoms. You don't need a doctor's note, but you do need to make an appointment before you just show up. Now, as we increase testing, more cases are expected. The latest numbers in Ohio from the Department of Health show more than 21,000 confirmed cases and more than 1,100 confirmed deaths.
Another set of numbers we are closely watching are numbers related to unemployment. More than 60,000 Ohioans filed for unemployment for the first time in the last week. Over the last 7 weeks, the state paid nearly $2 billion in unemployment. And now the director of the Department of Job and Family Services says they will run out of money, likely by June. Everyone, they say, will still get paid, but that means the state will have to borrow money from the federal government.
Well, it's no secret that students really miss their teachers right now, especially the younger ones. So teachers are finding some creative ways to connect with their students. A couple teachers from Circleville Elementary had a great idea. They made paper cutouts of themselves and sent them out to their students. The kids sent back pictures of them reading, doing chores, and some other schoolwork, and they liked it. This is the so-called flat teacher. It's kind of like that flat Stanley thing. Thank you, Lauren Allen and Stacy Cowdrey, for sharing these photos with us. What a great idea.
Oh, and it looks like the teachers had some great adventures there. Well, up next, you're going to meet a woman who didn't want to keep her stimulus to herself. Find out how she used it to support some essential workers who she says don't get enough recognition. We also have this quick reminder about our Mother's Day contest. Send us a short video on why your mom is the best. You could win a $2,500 Giant Eagle gift card. Enter now at 10tv.com/mom.
10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda. Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by Custom Air.
When the interest rate on your credit card is too high, you're leaving money on the table. That's not good in challenging times like this. What is good is a Kemba Visa card with a 0% introductory rate that puts money back in your pocket. Now's the time to free up cash and lessen your financial worries.
Yard work is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to buy that new John Deere with Ag Pro's Load Up on Savings sales event. With low monthly payments, you can have the best looking lawn in town. We have lawn and garden tractors and zero-turn mowers starting at just $49 per month, or get a compact tractor starting at $99 per month. Visit one of our 21 full-service locations in Ohio and Kentucky for all your parts, service, and sales needs, or find us online at agproco.com.
Imagine a home built the way you want. Premium locations, strong schools, the best quality at an amazing value, and personalized features that fit your needs. Build your future with Rockford Homes. Visit us at one of our model homes today or rockfordhomes.net.
Treat your mom to a special Mother's Day meal from Bob Evans with turkey and dressing, ham, 2 sides, and fresh baked rolls for just $11.99. Order for carryout or free delivery right to mom's door at bobevans.com.
Big Sandy Superstores is now open select locations for your essential needs. While our big box competitors are experiencing massive shortages, we have over 22,000 appliances in stock ready for immediate delivery. Get the guaranteed lowest price, plus additional savings equal to your state sales tax, plus 90-day no credit check options available. Free curbside delivery and 1 year to pay, same as cash with no money down. Appliances can break down anytime, but fortunately, Big Sandy Superstores will make sure they're not down for long.
At Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, you can get our care at your place. Instead of coming to the office for your appointment, you stay where you are and have a video visit using your smartphone, tablet, or computer to see and talk to your doctor. This type of telehealth care is appropriate for many common health concerns, and hundreds of Ohio State primary care doctors and specialists can use it for your care, including prescribing medication. Search online for Ohio State telehealth care or call to see if video visits are right for you.
I'm attorney Scott Schiff. If you're like me, you like to support and buy from local businesses. Your doctors aren't from out of town, so if you get hurt, you shouldn't hire a lawyer from out of town. I'm Columbus's injury attorney Scott Schiff. Call me at 621-8888.
Doppler 10 Weatherbug is sponsored by Kemba Financial Credit Union, a better way to bank.
Stay ahead of the storm with severe weather alerts delivered right to your phone. Download the free 10 TV app.
Stay with us as we journey toward a cancer-free world with the James, coming up on 10 TV.
New at 6, when we think of our frontline workers, what usually comes to mind? Probably doctors and nurses, but you know, there are many other essential workers out there that have really been towing the line during this pandemic, and one woman decided that she needed to thank them. Here's 10 TV's Lacey Crisp.
The theater here in London can't show movies anymore, but they can serve food. Well, that gave Dina Pierce an idea about how she could support a local business and thank city employees.
Just like a lot of other businesses, we're struggling. We're fortunate enough that our business plan has it so that we can make food that people come out of their way to get.
Across town, longtime London resident Dina Pierce considers herself very lucky.
I'm working from home. I'm collecting a regular paycheck, and it felt kind of awkward to me to get the government stimulus check.
That feeling led to a very generous idea.
I'd written a couple of checks to some nonprofits, and then one day I looked out my window and the garbage truck was going by, and it dawned on me that these are essential workers.
She called up Rob at the theater and asked if she could order lunch for city workers like the sanitation and wastewater crews who normally don't get much recognition.
Having a nice little boost in the business was certainly a very, very welcome thing. And I thought this was a wonderful, generous thing that Dina has done.
So about 24 meals were sent to the city.
For her to pick that group really meant a lot to us, and it meant a lot to all those departments, and they were very thankful.
A small gesture that had a big ripple effect.
I do hope this inspires people to pay it forward in some way if they're able, because a lot of businesses and individuals are hurting right now.
I know Dina didn't want any recognition, but what do you two gentlemen have to say to her?
Dina knows we love Dina, and she's a great member of the community.
And the mayor tells me this is just one of the many acts of kindness he has seen in London. He hopes to see many more. In London, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
You really got to love all the acts of kindness that this pandemic has kind of spurred among people. Now, the mayor tells us that they also just finished a front porch project with Webster Photographics LLC. They raised over $2,000 on that project, and they said that that money will go to the Help House, which is a food pantry.
Well, we certainly hope, we love to see those acts of kindness, and we hope that really is part of the new normal we are turning a corner into. New at 6. Take a look at this cool picture of the supermoon. Brody Bauer captured it this morning in Hilliard. Okay, there it is. It's the final supermoon of 2020. Supermoons happen when the moon is closest to the Earth in orbit. if you didn't see it for yourself, you do have another chance tonight. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Ashlee Baracy to find out if the skies are going to cooperate. It'll be clear enough for us to take a look at that.
Well, Tracy, unfortunately, if you look out your window, you'll probably notice that the clouds are thickening up, so I don't think we're going to get a great shot of that supermoon tonight. But don't worry, even though it's the last supermoon of the year, that doesn't mean it's the last full moon. So let's talk more about it. This supermoon slash full moon is called the full flower moon. And of course, typically in May, you'd be planting flowers or flowers would be in bloom. We're not always talking about freeze warnings in May like we are this week, but typically there are 12 full moons a year. However, this year, we are going to have 2 full moons in October, and the second full moon in one month is called a blue moon. So given that's close to Halloween, I think it'd be really appropriate to call it once in a blue moon. So there will still be more full moons. They just won't be as big and bright as the super moons that we have seen. Let's talk about those conditions as the clouds have been building, so making it less likely for us to see the sky later on tonight. But 64 degrees, we have warmed up over the last 24 hours, but it's breezy out there. Winds are out of the west at 21 miles per hour. As we look around town, we're all sitting in the 60s. We have a little more sunshine in Mansfield and Bellefontaine, 63 in Bellefontaine, 66 in Mansfield. Cambridge and Lancaster both reporting overcast skies and 64. Chillicothe overcast and 63. So as we look at the current winds, 20 miles per hour around the Columbus area, and they have started to die down up in Toledo where we were closer to 30 miles per hour. Throughout the rest of the evening, we slip out of the 60s into the 50s with those increasing clouds. So we hit our high temperature tomorrow right around midnight, which will be close to 50 or 49 degrees. Clouds will be building. Some showers could move in late, but mostly tomorrow showers with a couple snowflakes in the northern part of the state later in the day. So as we look ahead, tomorrow morning, probably around 48 in Columbus, close to 9 a.m. Those showers start to push into the area, becoming more widespread midday, especially along and south of I-70. But watch how those temperatures slowly start to decline as we get into the evening hours, more so mid-40s. And then by the time we hit tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, we will be right around freezing. And a couple of those snowflakes pass by up towards Mansfield in the northeastern part of the state. And then Saturday, you'll be waking up to temperatures sub-freezing. And that is why a freeze warning has been issued from midnight Friday night until 9 a.m. Saturday morning. That freeze warning blankets the entire state, so you want to cover up or bring indoors sensitive plants. Also keep a close eye on outdoor plumbing and bring the pets inside if you normally let them kind of roam around outside. 50s this weekend, though we rebound a little bit on Mother's Day Sunday, and then staying in the 50s to kickstart next week with a chance of rain on Monday, and hopefully we'll get more to seasonable 70s by Thursday and Friday of next week. So there's a warm-up in store. We just have to wait about a week or so until we get there. Back to you.
Well, at least there's something to look forward to. All right, thanks, Ashlee. Dom Tiberi joining us now for sports. Hey, Dom.
Well, Yolanda, the match is on. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson going to meet on the golf course later this month to raise money for charity. On May 24th, Woods, along with his teammate Peyton Manning, will take on Phil Mickelson and his partner Tom Brady in a charity match to raise $10 million for coronavirus relief efforts. Isn't that amazing? The event will be played at the Medalist Club down at Hobie Sound, Florida, broadcast on TNT. Well, it's Thursday, and that means one thing's around these parts. It's time for Cooking with Dom, and tonight, how about some stuffed peppers? And we have some beautiful peppers here, and take a look at that sausage. It is so hot. We're gonna make stuffed Italian peppers, and we're stuffing them with sausage. All right, we got the cooked sausage. This is hot Italian sausage, and we'll break it up a little bit. Now we're gonna add 1 cup of rice. I like the wild rice, long grain wild rice. So there you go, that's in there. We have 1 cup cheese, and this is provolone and mozzarella mix. And we're gonna mix that all up. And now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and then 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and mix it all up. Add a little salt and pepper. Now we're gonna stuff the peppers. Put it all down in there, and then we'll place them in a greased pan pan. We finally will top with a little more cheese. This is provolone mozzarella. Cover it all with a lot of love. And then you take it, 350 degrees, and we are in the oven, and we're gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. All right, let's take a look at these bad boys, and oh, look at that. They're coming together. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could smell this. All right, we'll open them up. The timer's gone off, and that is what they look like. Those are delicious. Now, you can either eat them plain, but I like them with a little sauce over them. I'm telling you, try this. It's so easy to make, and it's pure goodness. Oh boy, now I'm hungry again. Right now it's time for Dom's Bright Spot, and tonight we are checking in with the DeSales girls lacrosse team. Tonight is senior night, and so the team is honoring the 3 seniors that were on the team. Erin Burns, Liz Renkin, and Lily Jones. They had a parade, or they're having a parade in front of their homes. Now, because of the pandemic, all sports in the spring have been canceled. So congratulations to these ladies, congratulations to the DeSales seniors, and for that matter, all the seniors out there. Tomorrow night kicks off a Light Ohio Blue as we will honor those brave and men and women that wear the uniform serving and protecting us. From May 8th through May 15th, you're being asked to turn your outside lights blue to recognize our police officers. Thank you to the over 26,000 who wear the uniform here in the Buckeye State. Thank you. National holidays. It is National Packaging Design Day. It is National Roast Leg of Lamb Day, National Day of Prayer, National Make a Book Day, and it is National Tracy Cosmopolitan Day, as in Cosmo. I'll have a Cosmo, you know, the drink. So that's it. And if you liked my Italian stuffed peppers, I like the hot sausage. You can use a mild sausage, but trust me, put the sauce over it. Go to our website, 10tv.com/cookinwithdom. That recipe's there and all the recipes I've made. But I made myself hungry watching myself cook. I'm in trouble, Trace.
You made us all hungry, and I think you have a little combo there with the Cosmo and one of those peppers. Sounds like dinner. Thanks, Dom. We'll be back with the final check of your forecast. First, though, here's Nora O'Donnell with what's ahead on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up here on the CBS Evening News, new numbers tonight show millions more Americans out of work. When will the economy return to normal? Plus, the president announces he will be tested daily for the coronavirus after his personal valet contracts the virus. And as Mother's Day approaches, we hear from some moms about their tips for surviving the lockdown. That's all coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News.
A new immunotherapy study to fight HER2-positive breast cancer is now underway. Dr. Robert Wazowski is here to tell us more.
HER2-positive breast cancer is a subset of breast cancer that is expressing high levels of a receptor called HER2/neu.
What new therapies or immunotherapies are emerging for HER2-positive breast cancer?
So there is an array of different drugs and also biologic therapies that specifically target HER2. Immunotherapy targets the immune system and makes it more capable of recognizing cancer.
Tell me about your immunotherapy study. It involves a vaccine?
The vaccine that consists of a short DNA piece that is injected under the skin with the hope that the expression of the genes in the skin will activate immune cells that then will actively seek out breast cancer cells and kill them based on the fact that they express these genes.
Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/blog.
We're dedicated to keeping you and your family safe. Download the free 10TV app today.
With everything that's going on, I thought it might be a good time for some helpful tips and another smile. Wash your hands, laugh a lot, and remember, there's nothing like a good nap. You're welcome.
When you care for your home, you care for the future of your family.
You got it? Good job.
Look, Mommy.
You provide a place for them to grow.
Mom, can you help me with this?
And a place where memories are created. Don't let basement, foundation, or crawl-space issues take that future away from you. Call Ohio Basement Authority today so we can protect the place where you make memories.
Hi,
I'm John. I'm a pharmacist for Discount Drug Mart, but that's not all I am. I'm a healthcare provider, good listener, and a problem solver. I've been a pharmacist for Drug Mart for over 30 years. And that's a long time to get to know your patients. And each week we hear as many concerns as there are patients. Just the other day, I special ordered a medication for Mrs. Briscoe, just to make sure she didn't miss a dose. I'm proud that our patients trust me with their pharmacy needs, and I promise that Discount Drug Mart will always be there for you.
Ohio has always been a great place to live and work. And now, local businesses need our support more than ever. It's up to all of us to stay safe, order local, shop local, and keep Ohio strong. Because even though right now we have to keep our distance, in Ohio, we've never been closer.
Spring is here, and with it comes the threat of severe weather. But you'll be ready with Doppler 10 forecasts, interactive radar, and severe weather alerts delivered right to your phone. Stay ahead of the storm. Download the 10 TV app today. It's free. Beat the rush. 10 TV keeps you ahead of the traffic. Get your traffic reports on 10 TV. Sponsored by your Central Ohio Honda dealers. Weekdays on 10 TV. You're watching WBNS-10 TV, Central Ohio's news leader.
Cloudy and a little more mild tonight, but showers move in Friday with tumbling temperatures, so a freeze warning will go into effect Friday night into Saturday morning, and we have a chilly Mother's Day weekend ahead.
Thank you, Ashlee, and we thank you for joining us tonight. The CBS Evening is up next, and of course 10 TV News doesn't stop here. You can get the latest by downloading our 10 TV app to your phone or your tablet. We'll see you tonight at 11.
An encore presentation of Jeopardy, the greatest of all time.
13,600, please.
You can tell by that wagers you were not messing around.
3 champions, Holzhauer, Rudder, Jennings. Jeopardy, tonight at 7 on 10 TV.
Like it or not, we'll be spending a lot more time in our homes this summer, and nothing is worse than trying to stay cool in a hot house, followed by a big utility bill. Now is a good time to insulate your home with premium foam and protect yourself from the long, hot summer. The feds are giving $500 energy credit. We're going to go ahead and match it with an additional $500 on whole house insulation. Plus, we're making it easy to pay for with our $99 a month interest-free loan. Our inventory is priced to move, so give us a call.
USA Insulation.
During this difficult time, those in mental health crisis should visit Columbus Springs first to help reduce unnecessary. Inpatient and outpatient assessments are available on site and over the phone for children and adults. Visit ColumbusSprings.com.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. Parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models, or defer monthly payments for 120 days. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
Now that you have more time, you may be looking around your place and thinking, it's time for a makeover. It's easy to get started when you click on BigSandySuperstore.com. We have plenty of ideas and inspiration for every room. Finance up to 60 months with no money down and no minimum purchase. Get savings as good as your state sales tax. Plus, get free delivery with any purchase $7.99 or more. Furniture, mattresses, and appliances. Shop from home at BigSandySuperstore.com.
We know the last few months are like nothing we've ever experienced before. We also know, as a community, we've never come together like this before. Moving forward, nobody knows what to expect. But if you need us, Precision Garage Door will be here for you.
Every day, businesses find ways to face whatever challenge that day brings. Communities find new ways to come together, and families find more ways to stay connected. At First Commonwealth, we're ready to help you along the way, to help businesses take care of business, to help strengthen communities, and to help our neighbors look forward with confidence to whatever each day brings. We're ready, we care, and we're here to help.
When your furnace or air conditioner stops working, you can always rely on Atlas Butler to get you up and running the same day. So why not depend on Atlas Butler for all your plumbing needs?
One call does it all.
Wash your hands. Avoid sick people and touching your face. There are everyday actions to avoid the spread of respiratory diseases. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and 10 TV.
Tonight, COVID in the White House. The valet who serves President Trump meals tests positive for the virus. Will the president have to quarantine? And new questions about why the administration rejected CDC guidelines for reopening the economy. Record wave of unemployment. More than 33 million jobs lost in less than 2 months. Americans running out of money and hope. Food insecurity doubles. Will the economy bounce back when the country reopens? CBS News exclusive. The Justice Department moves to drop charges against the president's former national security advisor after he pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. Our interview with Attorney General Bill Barr tonight.
Does the fact remain that he lied?
People sometimes plead to things that turn out not to be